Hi, I'm Annabelle, and I am a psychic and tarot reader for over 35 years. And in this series, we are going to be teaching you the basics of tarot. So, lots of my viewers like to ask questions about how I read or how I get the answer for a certain card. So I thought we would do a small series on this, scratch the surface, give you guys just enough information so that you can understand the readings better or start your own practice. So we're going to go over the basic toolkit for tarot today. And I'm going to bring up my view here so you can check it out. So basically, this is what I tell all of my students to start out with. The Radiant Rider Waite bundle, which is the deck of cards. They're a brighter, more clarified image of the traditional Rider Waite deck. That is the deck that was produced in 1901 by A.E. Waite and Pamela Coleman Smith. She was the artist for it. It was the first deck of cards that was exclusively for mass production tarot reading. So this is there are millions and millions of these sold every single year. So everybody is very familiar with them. This is the deck that we see in movies. I prefer the Radiant Rider Waite because this book that comes with the bundle is a tremendous resource. It gives you the breakdown of all the cards, upright, reverse, quick reads for love, money, career, and family, also in the reverse. It's a great resource for you as you're learning the cards, especially this blue box here where they give you the keywords. So you can use those keywords as you go into your practice. You are probably going to modify those keywords, but no problem, not a big deal. I do keep all of my decks in a bag. So I have various bags here. I have like a little one for that deck. And I've got this amazing wrap for my Ellen Cannon Reed. In the future, we will be talking about her amazing deck. That wrap was actually sent to me by a viewer, and you can get that yourself. It is linked in the description below. So it's an Etsy store. So this new tarot pouch that I got was from Amazon. The Rider Waite deck, this Radiant Rider Waite deck, is available on Amazon as well. All of my crystals I do purchase at aliciawicker.com. So you can go to her YouTube and to her website if you'd like to purchase some sound cleanse crystals. Hers are really the best in the business. The selenite actually helps pull the energy out of the cards, and you can dispose it back in the earth by touching the selenite to the ground. So I do like to use selenite and incense for cleansing my decks. Now, that being said, let's talk a little bit about our tarot deck. So when I got this deck this week, I did wash it on a live. Basically, you just put the cards on a surface, you smush them around, get them out of order, shuffle them until they feel like they are tuned in with you. That is a great way to associate yourself with the deck. It's called seasoning the deck. Some people do like to put it in their tarot bag and stick it under their pillow, sleep with them. You don't have to do that. Everybody has their own method. Some people just like to use them straight out of the box. Some people like to shuffle them forever until they feel like they actually belong to them and they break in a little bit, much like the way ballerinas will break in their toe shoes. I do like to shuffle my cards while I'm watching TV or doing something like talking with my girlfriends on the phone. I do shuffle them to infuse the energy into them when I am doing readings for someone. So I will focus on the querent and I will shuffle, shuffle, shuffle until I feel the cards are ready. So we'll get into that when we get into readings a little bit more. But for today, I want you to understand, I teach the tarot deck in 3 parts: the major arcana, minor arcana, and the court cards. A lot of people will teach those court cards as part of the minor arcana. I think they are a neglected part of the deck, so I like to give them their own platform, and I teach them per the suits. So the major arcana here covers the soul's journey. It is a story of the Fool. He comes onto the earth and tra-la-las through his life until he recycles into spirit again. The numbered cards deal with daily life, your emotions, your thoughts, your actions, resources you may have. And this I teach as though we are building a house from suit to suit. We'll get to that in a few weeks. And then over here, the court cards are personality, the personality development, roles that we may play, energetic archetypes similar to the major arcana, but they are a bit more pointed in that sense. We can have ways that people look, eye color, hair color, skin color. We can also have jobs, recreations, things that they do will be represented in the court cards. One of the things that I do want to stress with the court cards is that it is binary. We have males and females in there. They do not have to represent male, female, or any otherwise identifier. They can be anything. So a queen does not necessarily have to be a woman. A king does not necessarily have to be a man. As we get into that, you'll get the sense of how those individuals perform and respond in their daily life. And sometimes it's an indication of what you are, sometimes it's an indication of what you need, and sometimes it's an indication of what you lack. So really, it's a great part of the deck, a really fun part of the deck that I think is super important. So I hope that that kickstart really gives you some, whets your appetite for what we're going to be doing. In the next video, we are going to be talking about the major arcana, because the major arcana is split up into 3 sections as well: the personal development, the interpersonal development, and the universal development of the Fool or the person you're reading for. So I hope you'll come back for that. And I am looking forward to this. I think it's going to be great. I'll see you in the next one, guys.